Hi, I'm Olivia Hladnik, and welcome to Vision's High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Ford, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County. We begin with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3 this week, it's the Irondequoit boys lacrosse team. The Eagles defeated Geneva behind Daniel Doctor, who had 5 goals and 4 assists against the Panthers. The win was the first for 3-4 Irondequoit under new head coach Mark Lovett. At number 2, Churchville-Chili boys lacrosse. The Saints secured a win for the West Side over Webster Thomas in overtime. They got the game's last 4 goals. Ryan Cosgrove scored the game winner. Churchville is 3-2, and those 2 defeats came by 1 goal each. And at number 1, the Rush Henrietta track and field team. The girls finished first at the Comet Relays, which they hosted, winning 6 events. The boys finished second to Victor, which won 6 events. Which brings us to Webster Thomas High School, but really it could be anywhere, for a track meet. A dual meet between the Titans and Rush Henrietta. These two teams poured almost 300 athletes onto the field, competing in 16 events, boys and girls, varsity and JV. And that's the beauty of the sport. There's a place on the team for anyone willing to put in the work, and an event for almost everyone.
I did soccer, basketball, softball, but track is my main sport, and I love running and I love jumping, so it was mainly track. And my past schools didn't have it, so once I came to Rush Henrietta, I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to be in the track team.
Newman will continue her track career at college next year. Most of these athletes won't. Webster's Maria Boris is all over the field, simultaneously competing in the long, triple, and high jump. But she's really a volleyball player.
All the jumping events, they really strengthen your leg muscles and keep everything in shape for volleyball.
And you're smiling all the time. I mean, does this an indicator you really love being out here?
I do. It's so much fun to be with friends and hang out outside when it's nice.
Track and field is the great safety net for high school athletes. There are no cuts. Wins and losses matter, some. But success means different things to different people. Do you enjoy it when you have a kid that's, like you said, getting better, but is never going to be really good at it?
That's really the joy of coaching. That's really, what I think as coaches, we love the most, is the fact that you might get a kid that comes out and he or she can't even run a lap on the track, but maybe by the end of the season, they're running a 400 or even a mile.
Our age senior Justin Briggs is a pentathlete. Tell me about what you get out of it, coming out here every day and then competing and all.
Meeting new people, you become a family eventually. It's the best part about it. I mean, competing against other people that you know can beat you, and the motivation and stuff like that. And then it makes you a better person too.
Over in the pole vault pit, Abby Lee was scoring a personal best, clearing 9 feet 6 inches, just 1 inch off the Thomas School record, which she intends to get later this season. She's been at it for 4 years now.
I was terrified. I remember my coach just telling me, you can do it, you're athletic enough. We didn't go over an actual bar, we were going over bungees in practice, so my first meet was going over a bar, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so scared. And she was like, you can do this, and you really just have to believe in yourself. My coach believed in me, so I was like, okay, well, if an adult's believing in me, I can do it. And then I got over it. Didn't get over the second height, but first one was good enough for me for my first meet.
How soon were you hooked?
First meet, definitely.
When all is said and done, you take from sports roughly what you put in. It isn't any more true than it is here. But doesn't necessarily mean first place finishes and school records.
I get a sense of, like, I feel like I've done something, I've accomplished something, and it just makes me feel better about myself. I'm fit, and I pushed myself, and I know I put all my effort into it. And just, it's a nice reward knowing that I did that.
When we return, the area's top slugger is a girl.
My name's Abby Spears from Greece Arcadia, and this is the Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, we have from Webster Thomas, lacrosse star Emily Resnick, who had a week and one day against Hilton. Emily scored 7 goals while assisting on 6 others in a 17-11 win over Hilton. At number 2, Brockport's Julie DiMartino, regular appearer on this list. Softball pitcher tossed her first no-hitter of the young season. And at number 1, baseball pitcher Adam Scott of Canandaigua. Adam worked a one-hitter against Webster Thomas in a 3-0 win, striking out 17 Titans in a battle of then 4-1 teams. Which brings us to Mercy High School, where the resident slugger kills time on her way to a Division I scholarship by hitting home runs. Lots of them. Here's Dan Fates.
Third at first base, number 5, Aiden Falk.
Meet one of the best softball hitters that Section 5 has ever seen. Aiden Falk batted .556, had a slugging percentage over .600, and had 12 home runs in just last season alone. Falk was named AGR Co-Player of the Year, First Team All-State, and Second Team All-American. What does that recognition mean to you?
It meant so much. It's just nice to know that, like, my hard work has paid off, and it's very that all these people, like, realize, like, that it's a great honor, and I couldn't be more thankful to get that.
Falk has set the Section 5 record for most hits, most home runs, and highest average for a season, and she has a chance for the New York State record for home runs. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you hungry?
I always want to get better, because I know there's always somebody out there that's a lot better than me, and I try to just kind of work my way up there. So I'll start with little goals, and then hopefully get a little bit better the next day, and then hopefully get up to somebody else's range. And then once I'm there, I got to get up to the next person.
Wondering what's going on in the head of one of the best softball hitters in the country when she steps up to bat? You might be surprised.
I kind of step in there, and I just stay very relaxed. Sometimes I put a song in my head, and that just kind of slows me down. And then I really just focus on hitting the ball hard. If the pitcher's slower, I'll think hit it center field, so I don't pull out and go to right field and pull it. So I really just think drive the ball as hard as I can and get my hips into it, so I put as much power behind it as I can.
I think her work ethic off the field has helped her a lot farther and a lot quicker than a lot of kids, because a lot of kids don't want to put the time in. She does.
That work ethic includes counting only 20 days off during the summer and spending 12 hours of softball on the weekends. The transition for many high school players to the D1 level can be a struggle, but for Aiden Falk, she knows it's all about preparation. What does Aiden do differently than other girls you've seen?
She mentally prepares a lot more than most. She's a very mature 17 or 18-year-old. She loves the game, and she continuously tries to be a better player and a better person.
Falk actually grew up playing baseball with the boys until 7th grade. When she arrived at Mercy and made D1 softball her goal. What drew you to Michigan and going to Ann Arbor?
Well, I saw them play on spring break probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, this is a program that has everything I need softball-wise. So I went to campus, saw the campus, and I was like, this is everything I want. Like, all of the credentials, it's got everything I could possibly want in a school. And it got one of the best coaches in softball history. Coach Hutchins is just like a legend. So I was like, there's no other coach that I would rather play underneath than her.
I don't think she's going to struggle. I know going to Michigan is they're a top 10 team this year, and I think she's going to be successful. Pitching, obviously, coming from Rochester, New York, is going to be a lot different. You know, playing a high-level D1. Aiden does play on a high-level travel team that's based out of Michigan, so she has seen a lot. She's been to California, she's been to Florida and New Jersey.
As Aiden Falk's high school career is winding down, she is mentally prepared for every at-bat, but she has big goals on the horizon.
I definitely want to win a College World Series. That's been my number one on the wall. If I can have a plaque that said I won the College World Series, that'd probably be one of my greatest accomplishments. I'm obviously trying to be an All-American player.
For the Vision High School Sports Beat, I'm Dan Fates.
Next Saturday, Mercy will host Hamburg in its 4th annual Strikeout Cancer softball game, and there'll be girls lacrosse at 4 o'clock with Mercy playing Brighton. Proceeds of both games going to the Ronald McDonald House. Coming up next, Kim Burnson joins us with our Vision Making the Grade nominee.
Hi, I'm Katie Lumbo, and you're watching the Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. Making the Grade is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, proud to be Rochester's #1 selling automotive group. This week, we honor Hilton's Shannon Page for making the grade. When she's not busy with homework or participating in school clubs, you can find her on the track crossing the finish line. As a member of All County and All Greater Rochester Track and Field, Shannon has competed in states as well as nationals. She runs cross country in the fall and currently is a contributor in multiple events for Hilton's track and field team. She is a part of her school's international club, where she's helped sell items like bracelets for various charity organizations. Shannon was also selected to be a part of Hilton's Leadership Council, where athletes are chosen by their coaches to speak to elementary school students. The goal of the club is to be a role model for younger students by teaching them how to commit to doing their best on the field as well as in the classroom. Shannon regularly volunteers with Rochester's Flower City Half Marathon and helps out with cycling events throughout the area through her father's bike shop. Nominated for her dedication on the track as well as helping others succeed, this week Shannon Page is making the grade. If you have an idea for a Making the Grade segment, a team or individual is making contributions off the playing field, you can contact us at info@classywolf.com. I'm Kim Burnson, and here's Bill with a look at our Section 5 calendar.
Some great action as the spring sports season shifts into full gear. Tuesday brings the softball game perhaps of the year. The area's two best go at it when Mercy plays at Brockport, Falk batting against DiMartino. It's a must-see contest. Julia's first pitch at 4:30. Similarly, on Tuesday, perhaps the two best girls lacrosse teams face each other. It's Pittsford under the lights at Brighton. That's a 7:45 game. Track and field, 2 primetime events this week. The Victor Twilight Invitational on Friday night with a full field of 16 teams. And then on Saturday, it's the Hilton Cadet Invitational with its Saturday night showdown. Those are some of the best of the Section 5 events that you should consider attending this week. Up next, Hilton stands up to Pittsford. It's our Salino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Scott Lazaroff. You're watching Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by Salino and Barnes. Car accident? Don't wait. Call 888-8888. Call Salino and Barnes today. Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. This portion of the Sports Beat brought to you by Salino and Barnes, your personal injury attorneys. Lacrosse, both nationally and locally, is a geographically based sport. In Section 5, all the best teams are on the east side. But the West is slowly but surely making some progress. We have a girls' game for you this week. It's Hilton representing the West side, taking on Pittsford from the east. It's our Salino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week. Rochester is a hotbed of lacrosse, and for any number of good reasons, it's becoming the sport of choice for girls in the spring.
I think it is for sure. You know, up and down the East Coast, it's spreading out west now. You know, we've got tons of kids that are going to college from not just Pittsburgh, but from every Section 5 school to play it. It's fun. They love it. I think for sure.
And it's weatherproof, isn't it?
It's weatherproof. Sometimes that's a good thing, other times it's a bad thing.
Pittsford is among the East Side elite schools like Penfield, Irondequoit, Canandaigua, Webster, and Victor that play the game very well as anyone in the state. Hilton, like many on the West Side, is relatively new to the sport of girls lacrosse. Just 6 years in, the cadets are narrowing the gap.
I always tell my kids it's not who you play, but how you play. And that's what they've been coming out and playing and not realizing it's an East Side team or a West Side team. They just come out and play hard.
But they kind of know, don't they?
Yeah, they do in the back of their head. Everybody knows. but that's okay.
When do you catch up? I mean, you're seeing some progress. You know, is it a process?
Definitely is a process. Every year's a building year. Hilton's had a tough time. We've had a little bit of turnover coaching-wise, but I think we're pretty committed, and the kids are committed, and I think we're coming along.
There isn't a penalty box per se in girls lacrosse. Fouls, and they are much more liberally called than in the boys' game, result in free position shots taken from the point of the foul. Those result in outstanding scoring opportunities. Pittsford was awarded one and scored the game's first goal 4 minutes into the 25-minute half. Hilton got that one back before the Panthers went on a 5-goal run. Sophomore Maddie Miller, a great open field sprinter and lacrosse star in the making, was fouled and awarded a free position shot, making it 2-1 Pittsford. This combination clicked a couple of times. Kelsey Schindler to Allie Panera. Allie, a junior attackman, wound up with a first-half hat trick.
I was getting great assists from my teammates. You know, we were hustling down the floor. You know, great transition, got me the ball, and I could finish the shot.
You know, that's a thing. You do long range or short or, you know, in the set plays. You guys really, in that first half, you had it all going, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We moved the ball really well. You know, we used each other, and that's the key to a good lacrosse team.
The onslaught continued. Miller, again flying upfield, found Christine Molinari to make it 6-1 Panthers. Hilton finally ended Pittsford's run when Morgan Hoover was fouled and converted another of those free position shots to make it 6-2. The Cadets also have a couple of fine junior goalies. Ashley Maynard was particularly impressive, coming up with several point-blank saves to keep the contest reasonable. The stop on Miller late in the first half was a beauty.
It's difficult, definitely, because they got shots from all different areas, different angles, and they definitely have it set up. But you just gotta watch the ball, square up with the stick, and just watch it.
Now you play, and you said field hockey is your main sport. As a goalie there, do they work together? I mean, does one make you better at the other?
I'm definitely mainly a field hockey goalie, so it's different. But the hand-eye coordination and the reflexes is like that comes together. But the different movements, definitely.
Still, it was 8-2 Pittsford at the half.
What we have to do when we're in man is we're not sliding back to help, okay? Our biggest issue truly is our possession. We get the ball, you work your tails off. You get the ball, and then we have a crummy pass, and the ball falls to the ground, okay? You're better than this. We've been here before. We know under a minute, we've scored 3 goals. Play hard, girls. Come on, girls. Let's go, Hilton! Hustle on 3! 1, 2, 3!
The second half began with Hilton playing better. Sophomore Rachel Ryan scored on a free position shot, just 1:12 in to make it 8-3. Pittsford, however, answered back with the next 3 goals. Notre Dame-bound Abby Cullinan made it 10-3. The Panthers owned a comfortable lead and began to play like it. That's when things got ugly for Pittsford. Sophomore Fran Masura scored her first goal for Hilton to make it 14-5. 10 seconds later, she got her second of the game, and it was 14-6.
We had a really good game. We fought really hard. We did the best we could, and I thought we played really hard.
Hey, look, 10 seconds between 2 goals for you. That's pretty exceptional.
Yeah, it was really amazing. My teammates helped me out a lot. It was just hard work between all of us.
The Cadets weren't done. Ryan netted another. Hilton had scored 3 times in a minute 2. It was 14-7, but with only 5:24 left in the game.
It was great. We had the momentum right out of the gate of that second half, and we just kept going with it.
When you look at the end result, what do you guys think as far as your team's concerned?
I think when we play like that, we can beat pretty much anyone.
It was an impressive effort by the Westsiders, who wound up scoring 7 of the game's last 8 goals. It made the final 15-11. Pittsford claimed the contest, even if it didn't feel that way at the finish.
I think sometimes you can get too complacent, too comfortable as a team. You think, oh, we've got this one in the bag, and we can't do that. We have to come out every minute and play 100%.
But overall, hey, it's a win, right?
Yeah, I agree. We have things to work on, but it's a win.
We want to thank our Sports Beat sponsorship partners, Ross Salino and Stephen Barnes, your personal injury attorneys, and the 9 dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.